Hey you guys, it's Monica and welcome to my new friends and welcome back to my old friends. Today we are making some sublimation gifts. So changing up the format a little bit to kind of help people out. This is what we're going to be making in the video. I think I'm going to start depositing like this type of clip at the beginning. Ignore all the junk on my desk. If you're an active crafter, you know you craft where you can. And like craft rooms are always in a state of I need to clean up. Anyways, this is what we're going to be making. Some teacher sublimation gifts to give you guys some ideas with Teacher Appreciation Week about a month away. And so let's get into it. And so I'm going to start with making a little t-shirt. And so making a t-shirt for a teacher might be a touchy subject, especially, if you don't really know their size, you don't want to give them the wrong size and you be like, damn, did you calling me a big bitch? So something to just be careful about it. But if you're cool with the teacher and they got like the type of personality where you can make them a shirt, then do it. I picked out this cute little design. Let's learn today. Every design that you see in the video is going to come from Creative Fabrica, so I will leave a link to that below. So I like to go ahead and just press my shirt to get some of that moisture out. And I am going to just cut this smaller to make it of size. Now, if you're watching this video to get teacher gifts ideal and you don't have a sublimation printer or a heat press, baby, that's a little bit of an investment. You might just want to reach out to somebody and have them help you up. I'm sure you got a homegirl that's crafty. Call her. Don't call me. Call her. But if you already have a sublimation printer, heat press, cut press, you're good to go, babe. So let's just get to the ideals. And so I'm just using some heat press tape. I need to get like a thicker tape because the tape I'm using is thin. Like it works for tumblers, but it's not really good for t-shirts. But I'm gonna use what I got, especially in this economy, girl. Y'all remember back in the day, couple years ago, when we could go out and have 16 virgins or something, and it really burnt the budget. Now we got to use what we got before we can get a new one. And so I pressed that on 330 for 50 seconds, and then I forgot to put my Teflon sheet on there, so I'm just gonna come back and press it just for GP. And do you have to use a Teflon sheet? No, but it's good to have because you just never know. And so I like to let the sublimation cool down. I like to cold peel. You can hot peel sublimation, but that's just a personal preference. I don't know why I'm struggling with this, but it turns out there was like a rhinestone. That's what it's pulling on that wanted to attach to the shirt. So, baby, like I said, this is just for demo purposes. But that's if you were wondering what was going on, that it will peel much smoother. But that's what I had going on. So boom, good color payoff. It looks really nice. I said next, let's make a mouse pad. I actually don't like these mouse pads. These are the mouse pads that I got. What was that? December I did the video with Temu. They're thin, but they don't. And they just feel like they press well, but I feel like I've ruined quite a few of these because they shadow for some weird reason. So I definitely don't recommend the Temu mouse pads. So if you get some mouse pads and everything comes from China. Well, not about to no more with these tariffs, baby. But anyways, just try to get a high quality one because what I found is when you use the cheap ones, you may get some shadowing. No matter how much you tape it down. So just make sure you get one that has a good thickness to it. And I think that should help that. So I just pressed this for 50 seconds. Same 330. And let it cool. Let it flatten back out. And boom. Simple. Y'all look how simple that was. Literally, you print it. You tape it. You press it. You got a gift. Who wouldn't like this? And Miss Cromartie is my mama, so when I be pressing shit crooked and stuff, like, she's my guinea pig. So she gets all her shit for free, so she can't complain. And so let's go ahead and make a little glass tumbler. So this, like I said, this is glass. So maybe I got some UV DTS for teachers if you want to get them like a plastic cup, especially if they work in like elementary school around kids. Kids be knocking stuff off a desk, something to keep in mind. But I'm just setting up my cup press to make sure that it's all set when I get ready to go to press. Make sure you do this while it's off and while it's cool because you don't want to stick the cup in there and you be having problems. Did I tell y'all one time I had it too tight in there and I actually ended up breaking the cup? That was a different experience. So yeah, definitely be careful when you do that though. And so it's all nice and warmed up. I'm going to press it for 60 seconds. What is that on? I can't see from here. 365. And so when you're using glass, you can see through it. And if the color payoff looks really good and vibrant, then it's ready. But if the color payoff looks like it's still like a little dull, stick it back in there for another 60 seconds. And I'm just going to tighten up the pressure to create a better seal. come back. Wearing my glove because I ain't trying to get burned. You see, now you see how bright that looks. So I'm going to let that cool down. And let's go ahead and make a stainless steel tumbler. So look at y'all. Like, look how quick this, like, I literally got all of this done. Found the designs, put them in Microsoft Word to the right size, cut them up, pressed it on a heat press, pressed it on a cut press. It took me about an hour and a half. I probably could have done it quicker, but I'd be up in my craft room, fooling around, talking to my family, reading and listening to audiobooks, watching YouTube videos, and doing a bunch of other stuff. And so if you really focus, you could probably get all this done, like, give you a legit time, probably 45 minutes, easily. And so I'm just showing you, because this one is, it's seamless, but it's not technically seamless. Because it's a checkerboard pattern. I prefer seamless because admittedly I struggle with lining up designs, and so if I can get a seamless design that's just like a pretty pattern, I prefer those. But I really had liked this one when I saw it, and so I was just like, I'm gonna do it anyway and see how it goes for me. So I'm like working really hard to make sure I have it lined up. But again, I don't recommend non-seamless patterns if you don't got a good eye for it, baby. Y'all know I'm about blind, and so I have to, my eyes be having to work overtime. And I don't be having all that to do, so I do my best. And speaking of doing your best, when you're giving gifts to teachers, you're giving it as a gift. And so this is the perfect set of people to practice on if you wanted to turn this into a business. You feel me? So if you want to start doing clipboards and stuff like that and charge people, go ahead and use your kids' teachers as a guinea pig. Practice, get the supplies, do it for free. Be like, oh, did you like it, Miss Such and Such? And you be like, okay, good, thank you. And then once you start getting compliments, now you know you're ready to do a business. You look at me, you giving y'all business advice. Y'all be in the comments to this day talking about how much should I charge? How much should I do this? Baby, I live in Colorado. I don't have a proper concept of $1. I couldn't help you. We went to New Orleans, y'all, and I got a 10-piece wing and fries. It was $9 and some change. A 10-piece wing and fries in Colorado is $22. So when I tell people I don't know how much stuff costs, y'all gotta just believe me when I say I don't know how much stuff costs. And so how much you want to charge is very much has to be aligned to whatever your market is in. And if I don't know your market, I can't help you. So yeah, pressed it twice, 60 seconds, and then I just did the ends to make sure I didn't have any weird shadowing on the edges. I'm just going to use my little tool just to rip up this tape. Metal transfers very easily. Metal sublimation tumblers take ink very well. So there's really not a big guessing game on this. Like I said, the biggest thing when you're doing like this is the pattern, making sure you like how the pattern is going to be on there. But yeah, you're never going to fumble when it comes to metal. So definitely recommend starting out on metal, and then once you get good at the metal, start trying other mediums like glass and doing weird stuff like mouse pads, like I said, and clipboards and whatnot. So yeah, that's what that looks like. I like it. I love it. Very festive. Very thank you, teacher, for dealing with my bad child all year. Let me go ahead and show y'all this design. I don't know why I'm being like very dramatic with the peels. But yeah, my camera died after this, so I don't really get to show y'all the whole thing, but I'm going to show it to you again in the end. Let me put the lid on to give y'all the full look. So that's what it looks like. And this is just like a cute, fun design. I tried not to get anything that was like just like blatantly said like teacher, but like things that were around like learning and being a teacher. So yeah. And this is our little teacher set. I don't know anybody who wouldn't like this, right? All teachers would like this, right? So just to give you a little idea, like I said, Teacher Appreciation Week is coming up very soon. So hopefully, this gives you a cute little idea of what you can do. Like I said, if you don't want to do sublimation, I also have some UV DTFs. I don't have any regular heat transfer DTFs for teachers. I'm working on that. Small business, climb a little bit at a time. But yeah, definitely check out the website, PeriodSixDesigns.com, for all your glitter, DTF, rhinestones, pearl needs, plus more. And I will see you guys in the next one.